Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Lewis University's television network. Today is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. I'm Tony DeNardis.
And I'm Randall Sotson.
And we begin with our top national stories.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will step down as top Democrat after 2 decades. Pelosi is the only woman to serve as Speaker. Speculation over the California Democrats' future and whether she will run for House leadership again in 2023 has intensified in the aftermath of the midterm elections. And since the Democrats narrowly lost control of the House of Representatives to the Republicans, some in Washington, including members of her own party, are anticipating Pelosi may step aside for a new generation of leadership to take the reins. Pelosi told CNN's Anderson Cooper in an interview earlier this month that the violent attack on her husband in late October would have an impact on the decision about her political future.
It's a murder mystery that has the tight-knit community of Moscow, Idaho on edge after 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death Sunday in their shared on-campus housing. 2 of the 4 students were last seen alive ordering at a late-night food truck in Moscow at about 1:41 a.m. Police are still searching for a suspect. Authorities have been very tight-lipped about the investigation, which has angered many residents. The city of 25,000 hasn't recorded a murder since 2015. The FBI is now assisting in the investigation.
There's some additions to a famous Thanksgiving tradition this year. Several new floats will make an appearance at the 96th annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Designers are putting their final touches before next week. Wonder Bread is debuting its Wondership and clear dome filled with balls and confetti. There's a baby shark float. Toys R Us is back with a new Jeffrey called Jeffrey's Dazzling Dance Party. He'll be DJ as Jordan Sparks performs. Designers have been working for months to execute these visions.
The social media model accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death appeared in a Miami courtroom Tuesday for a bond hearing. A judge will decide whether Courtney Clenny should be freed on bond. Clenny broke down in court during the hearing. Prosecutors played several audio recordings and videos that show Clenny attacking her boyfriend, Kristen Obumseli, on several occasions dating months back. The OnlyFans model is accused of killing Obumseli last April. Defense lawyers say Obumseli abused and stalked Clenny in the days leading up to his murder, but prosecutors argued she was the abuser. The bond hearing will resume on Thursday.
More than 1 billion young people may be at risk of suffering early hearing loss. According to a new study published Tuesday in the journal BMJ Global Health, researchers say they analyzed scientific articles about unsafe listening practices published between 2000 and 2021. The articles looked at the impact of sound, loud sound, going straight into people's ears when they use headphones or at entertainment venues like concert, bars, and clubs. The study estimated up to 1.35 billion people worldwide likely engage in unsafe listening practices, and that's just those from 12 to 34 years old. Researchers say being exposed to loud sound can weaken your ear structure and can eventually cause permanent damage.
Up next, we will have your local news.
Stay tuned.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
back and change it all. I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
A red carpet was rolled out at the Chicago Cultural Center where an advanced screening of the new A Christmas Story Christmas took place Tuesday night. The sequel is arriving nearly 40 years after the original classic. In the new movie, Ralphie, played by Peter Billingsley, is all grown up, navigating the life of being a dad at Christmas time. Billingsley said the fans will see that Ralphie is all grown up, has his own family, and lives in Chicago in 1973. Billingsley said it was important to him to screen the movie in Chicago because he loves the city and has done a lot of work there. A Christmas Story Christmas debuts nationwide on HBO Max today.
Illinois voters have approved an amendment to their state constitution guaranteeing the right to bargain collectively. Union groups say this could signal a new chapter in the struggle over workers' rights as U.S. unions ranks have grown. They view it as a way to ensure workers will always be able to use their collective clout to secure better pay, hours, and working conditions. It will also prevent the legislature, should it undergo a shift to the right, from passing a right-to-work law that will allow workers covered by union contracts to not pay dues.
Hate strikes in the northern suburbs as Jewish headstones were spray painted with swastikas in a Waukegan cemetery. This discovery was made Monday morning at Akkad Cemetery on Grand Avenue. Waukegan police said red swastikas were spray painted on at least 16 tombstones. Police said 23 other headstones were defaced. Regional Director of Anti-Defamation League Midwest, David Goldenberg, says anti-Semitic incidents in Illinois have gone up over 400% in the last 5 years. A spokeswoman with the cemetery says the cemetery will be restoring the damaged headstones as soon as possible. Anyone with information about this act of hate is asked to call the Waukegan Police Department.
2 have been arrested and charged in the connection of the shooting of a woman Friday afternoon in the parking lot of the Yorktown Mall in Lombard. 22-year-old Ronald Grundy of Louisville, Kentucky, fired multiple shots at 3 people at around 3 p.m. In the mall parking lot, according to police, Grundy fired shots out of the passenger window while shoppers were going to their cars. One woman was shot in the arm, and her injuries aren't life-threatening. Grundy and his accomplice are both charged with 3 counts of aggravated discharge of a firearm, a Class 1 felony and a Class 10 felony, and 1 count of aggravated battery with a firearm.
Chicago Shed Aquarium has announced that Mauyak, a 41-year-old female beluga whale, died on Saturday. Mauyak, whose name meant soft snow, was born in 1981 when she became the matriarch of the beluga pod at the Shed Aquarium after arriving there in 1997 as part of the North American Beluga Breeding Cooperative. Mauyak was 11 feet long and weighed 1,500 pounds.
When we return, we have our Lewis Spotlight.
And later, we have the latest in the 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
I'd like to welcome Professor Annie Calhoun as our Lewis Spotlight guest this week. She is a Master of Fine Arts in Acting from DePaul's Theater School, and she is currently pursuing her second Master of Fine Arts in Screenwriting at DePaul University. She has been involved in theater, improv, and writing in both Chicago and Los Angeles, and she has written some solo shows, 2 original musicals, a sketch show, and some short plays. And here at Lewis, she is a professor and is currently directing the upcoming play, A Christmas Carol, a live radio play. So Annie, thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tony.
So it seems like you've devoted a lot of your life to theater. And I'm just kind of curious when your love of, like theater and acting all came about.
Yeah, well, my grandfather used to do solo shows.
Okay.
So that's like really early. But I had a really great middle school theater teacher. He was really inclusive, and at a time when everybody's like cliquey and weird and awkward and middle school,
Right.
drama-ish things are happening, he created a space that I wanted to be in, and I was like, this is so cool. Everybody's supporting each other, even though we're in 7th grade, which is like the lost year, And yeah, I kind of knew then that I wanted to do it and also teach it, because I wanted to give back kind of what he was giving to me. And we had some pretty awesome middle school shows that were really empowering for us, yeah.
And you always knew you wanted to be a teacher in theater as well?
Yeah, starting in about middle school I did. I come from a line of teachers, so I was always around like education and nurturing other younger kids, so yeah.
And I mentioned here you're directing the upcoming play, A Christmas Carol, a live radio play. Can you kind of preview a little bit for us what that's all going to be about?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, you got the title right. It's got like a live radio play component. It's set in the 1940s, and we're in a radio studio visually, but not really, so we're broadcasting it live. So it's got little jingles and commercials from the 1940s. One's for fruitcakes, one's for a Phipps department store, so it's got a little bit of singing too. And it's the convention of being on the radio means we've got a Foley table, so like a sound table, where 2 actors are in charge of doing the sound of the door closing and like people walking and like all that stuff. So it's really fun to watch that. Because the people are at mics, that is in place of people moving around the stage, blocking and costuming that you would see in a regular version of A Christmas Carol.
And what are the dates and times that this will be shown?
So tonight's our preview.
Okay.
So faculty and some students could come tonight if they wanted at 7:30. And then tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30 as well. And then Sunday, the 20th at 2:30. And then when we come back from Thanksgiving, December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, there shows those 4 days as well. The first 2 at 7:30, and then the 3rd and 4th at 2:30.
Okay, so a lot of shows to
A lot of
see.
shows, yeah. We got 7 shows and then a preview, so 8, yeah.
All right, and then I mentioned you're the director of the play. So how does one become or get the role of director? Are there like certain requirements that you have to like fulfill, or how does that all work?
Yeah, I was hired to teach theater classes and also direct, so it was in that kind of full package. But I've directed professionally and directed in other educational settings, and it's like my favorite. I love it. So that experience led me to get this.
And are there any other plays or shows that you haven't directed before that you'd like to sometime in the future?
Yes, Tony, so many. but I feel like I could list like 10. All right, so Godspell, which is a Stephen Schwartz musical that
Okay.
came out in the 70s that my mom has a record of, which is in my office on my wall. And when I left Los Angeles a few years ago, directed half of it, but then had to hand it over because I had to move. We moved back here for family and jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd like to finish that. Well, I'd have to start it with people. I've always wanted to put trampolines on the stage in that show because there's a lot of like movement. And then In the Heights, which is another musical of Lin-Manuel Miranda's, which came out about 6-7 years before Hamilton, which is a really cool musical.
Well, hopefully you do get to finish that show, and I'd like to thank you for joining us again today, and best of luck with the play these next couple weekends.
Thank you for having me.
Up next, we will have your entertainment news.
Jordan knows
All
he
right.
should eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
It's been 10 years since Magic Mike stripteased his way into the hearts of millions of moviegoers, and now he's back in the third installment of the popular franchise. A trailer for Magic Mike's Last Dance debuted on Tuesday. The film stars Channing Tatum and Salma Hayek. Tatum told Variety he wants the movie to be the Super Bowl of stripping and to dance like he has never done before. Steven Soderbergh will direct the film. He directed the first movie, Magic Mike, in 2012. Magic Mike's Last Dance will hit theaters on February 10th, just ahead of Valentine's Day.
The life and legacy of hip-hop star Nipsey Hussle will be the subject of a new documentary. LeBron James production company will make the film. James said he is honored to take part in sharing Hussle's story and legacy to the world. Hussle grew up in Los Angeles and was known for giving back to his community. James said Hussle's words and actions have inspired him and other people over the years. Hussle died in 2019. A gunman shot and killed the musician in the parking lot of his clothing store in Los Angeles. He was just 33 years old.
Antoine Fuqua, the director of Will Smith's new movie Emancipation, hopes audiences can get past Smith's infamous Oscar slap of Chris Rock. Fuqua wants people to instead focus on the narrative at the heart of Emancipation, namely the historic struggle against slavery in America. After the Oscar slap earlier this year, movie watchers and industry insiders alike wondered how it would impact Smith's career. Smith, who won Best Actor for playing Richard Williams, father of tennis stars Venus and Serena, was banned from all Academy events and programs for 110 years.
Tim Allen is reprising his role as Santa Claus for a new series. based on the Santa Claus film franchise, The Santa Clauses, is debuting on Disney Plus Wednesday. 6 half-hour episodes picks up with Alan's character presiding over the Christmas from the North Pole with his wife and their children. Alan made 3 Santa Claus movies over 12 years, starting in 1994. The first film predates the voice work he contributed for the Toy Story film franchise. The comedian and actor has been involved with Disney for decades.
Taylor Swift fans were ready for it. Pre-sale tickets for the musician's new tour began Tuesday, but fans have reported Ticketmaster's website crashing or freezing during purchase. There are also complaints about the website not loading or allowing people to access tickets, despite having a pre-sale code. Ticketmaster said there has been unprecedented demand for tickets. The company denied the website being down. It urged verified pre-sale fans to log in through the link they received via text instead of the main homepage. The Eras Tour kicks off on March 18th in Arizona.
Up next, we have your 5-day weather forecast.
Stay with us.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Here's our 5-day weather forecast. Thursday today, it's cold, right? Cloudy, no sun. It's 32 degrees outside. That's the high. For Friday, TGIF, everyone. Thank God it's Friday. It's 28 degrees outside. It's going to be completely cloudy on a Friday. Saturday, it's 28 degrees outside, completely cloudy again. So put on your fur coats, your big coats. Sunday is going to be nice and sunny, but 31 degrees, right? So still keep on those heavy jackets. Monday is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 44 degrees, and Tuesday is going to be just a little cloud, a high of 47 degrees, right? And then the day before Thanksgiving, get your turkeys, right? It's going to be partly cloudy, high of 44 degrees, all right? And I want everyone to enjoy their Thanksgiving break. And when we come back, we will have Lewis Sports Update.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Freshman Magdalena Lord-Darkowitz was named the GLVC Women's Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Week. Lord-Darkowitz helped the Flyers finish in the first place against Hillsdale with her performance in the 200 medley relay with a time of 29.28. On the individual side of things, she finished first place in the 50 breaststroke and the 100 breaststroke.
Another PNC GLVC Athlete of the Week was given out to Kirill Sodorko. On the men's swimming and diving team, the freshman finished second place in the 200 free, 500 free, and the 400 IM. He was also a part of the 200 free relay with a time of 21:37. The Flyers will be back in action this weekend for the IUPUI House of Champions Invitational.
The women's bowling team competed at the Lady Jack Classic in Kenosha, Wisconsin over the weekend, finishing in 10th place. The tournament featured 10 of the top 25 teams in the nation. The Flyers' top scorer was Kayla Dench with 1,058 points in total. They will be back in action on January 14th.
The women's volleyball team was named a 2 seed for the Midwest Regional Tournament and will take on Hillsdale tonight in Quincy, Illinois. Should they win the match, they will play the winner of Ashland and Ferris State. Last year, the Flyers lost to Missouri St. Louis in the first round of the regional tournament.
On Saturday, the Lewis women's volleyball team was crowned GLVC tournament champions as the number 4 seed Flyers took down the Rockhurst Hawks 3-1. In this match, the Flyers had a whopping hitting percentage of 27%. The Flyers had 56 kills and 14 blocks en route to their victory. The Flyers are in action right now as they take on number 7 seed Hillsdale College in the NCAA tournament.
That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis News on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Randall Sutton.
And I'm Tony DeNardis. Have a great night.